Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of my coverage from the Star Wars Fan Fun Day event that I attended on May 2nd, 2011. In addition to some of the stuff that I showed you in part 1 of this video, there were various booths at the event that were selling Star Wars memorabilia. There were absolutely tons and tons of stuff for sale at the event, such as statues, action figures and vehicles, 12-inch figures, artwork, posters, comic books, you name it, they had it. There was an absolute ton of stuff that I wish I could have bought, but unfortunately I didn't have the money on me. So hopefully I will be able to attend next year, and with a bit of luck they'll have half the stuff they had this year. Another stall that was at the event was this one. From what I gather, these prop replicas that you see on the screen were handmade, although some of them were from the actual Star Wars movies, which was very, very cool. You've got some replica lightsabers there, which consisted of Darth Vader's, Luke Skywalker's, Obi-Wan's, and a couple of under construction lightsabers as well. This was a very cool piece. At one of the tables of the 501st Legion, I believe the 99th Garrison, who operate in the northwest of England, there was a signed full-sized replica of a Stormtrooper helmet on the table, and as you can see, the helmet was signed by various actors and cast and crew members from Star Wars, so that was awesome to see as well. And this was one of the really cool sights to see at the event. This was the Bounty Hunters reunited, so from left to right you've got IG-88 and Boba Fett, and then you've got actors Alan Harris, who, as I said, played Bosk, and Chris Parsons, who played 4-LOM and K-3PO. And as I said, I was lucky enough to meet them and get their autograph, which was very cool as well. Now this little dude, oh, what can I say, this guy was absolutely amazing. This little boy was, I don't know, about 3 or 4 feet tall, and as you can see, he was fully dressed from head to toe in replica Republic Commando armour, and obviously it was painted all in black in the colours of Omega Squad, and he was just so cool. Honestly, he was such a brilliant little boy. He was posing for photographs and walking around the convention centre with so much confidence. You know, he really looked at home with the rest of the 501st and the adults who were walking around in costume, and he was just great. You know, he was so cool. Really confident and not shy at all. A couple of the younger children were really quite scared of him actually, which was pretty funny. You know, the mini Republic Commando, as I call him, was walking around asking people to pose for photos, and all these little children were just running away because they were so frightened of him, which was really funny to see. But as you can see, he was just so confident, and he was just soaking up all the glory. Really loved it. You could just see it. Not so much on his face, but there he is, posing for me. He was also posing photographs with the older members of the 501st and the 99th Garrison, posing photos here with the TIE pilot, and obviously at the side of him there you'll see that full-sized replica of IG-88. Absolutely love this little dude's visor. There's so much detail and so much time and effort put into the armour. Obviously you can't buy stuff like that in the stores, so I'm assuming that he's got a dad who's in the 501st Legion or something like that, and he made the armour for him. You could tell it was getting really warm though, because he was walking around and constantly taking his helmet off and having to wipe the sweat off his head. And here he is alongside who I'm assuming is his dad, a much taller Omega Squad Republic Commando, and as you can see there's little and large, and they were really cool. These armour replicas that these guys wear are just so cool. You know, this guy was walking around with mini lights on the side of his helmet, and you know, fully working blaster. Obviously not shooting real lasers, but you know, you get the idea. The visor looked really cool as well. Wouldn't mind having one of those in my collection. But yeah, as I said, you've got the full-sized adult Republic Commando, and then you've got mini-me over there, the mini Republic Commando, just walking around and posing for photos, and they were really cool. Oh, we've been spotted by a sand trooper. Apparently we are the droids that they're looking for. You can see him eyeing us up there. It's quite funny. You've got various members of the 501st talking to the crowds. You can see that the convention centre got really full really quickly. Here's just a quick overview of the convention centre and of the crowds. And there's Big Bad Boba posing for photographs. Absolutely fantastic event, and as you can see, the crowds are absolutely loving it. I found it really funny because the blonde lady that you saw at the side of Boba Fett there was walking around with him constantly, and she was actually carrying his weapon around for him. And you see a young Jedi posing a challenge to Boba Fett, and then you've got some heroes of the Clone Wars. You've got Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan there alongside Clone Trooper Boost posing for a quick video for me. And once again, members of the 501st alongside with R2-D2. I'm assuming that they've captured R2-D2 because, as we all know, R2 is no friend of the Empire. And we get a very nice close-up of the full-size replica of IG-88 that you can see there, complete with E11 blaster rifle. I'm not entirely sure if that was scratch built, but regardless, it looks very cool. And once again, if you want to check out my Facebook page, you'll see all the photos from this event. And I actually stood next to the IG-88, and you can really see how big that guy is. And once again, you've got scout troopers and stormtroopers and TIE fighter pilots just posing for photographs and really soaking up all the adoration of the fans. You can see a couple of young Padawan learners there. Posing for photographs with the stormtroopers. It was really cool to see the full-size replica of the Death Star hallway at the end of the convention centre as well. That was a really cool backdrop for the photos. And you can see the battle droid as well, which was really cool. I was actually told by one of the 501st members that they were working on a full-sized speeder bike for one of the upcoming shows, which was cool. And to round off the video, I'll just give you a quick look around the stalls at the centre. I've got this stall. This was where I picked up my vintage collection Jedi Luke, and he'd got all the vintage wave 1, 2, 3 and I believe 5 of the vintage collection. And you've got a Shadow Stormtrooper there posing for photographs. And one last overview of the convention centre as well. Obviously I took it upon myself to go and have a photo taken with the Shadow Stormtrooper. Got a quick bit of video and obviously a photo as well. So if you've enjoyed this video, and until next time, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.